Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore the fundamental concepts of what Pascal's law is. So, which governs the pressure in a fluid is named as Pascal's law. So, let's get with the video. So, the main concept of Pascal's law was derived by an simple observation. In a fluid at rest, the pressure act equally in the same direction. So, look at the image for this. If you apply a pressure, it transmit outwards and uniformly, like if you push it, the pressure, the force exerted all in all the directions as shown in the figure, you can say it. So this pressure depends only on the fluid depth and density, risingly, and not on the container's shape. So Pascal's law provide the mathematical explanation of this concept. Now, in third slide, we are going to see what the statement of Pascal's law. So, the formal statement of Pascal's law is, as you can see, Pascal's law is or intensity of pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal in all the directions, as we have discussed in the previous slide. This meant that we measure the pressure in x, y, and z direction. They will be equal. Like if we put px and py and pz, they all will be equal, so we are keeping px, py, pz in equal direct, like equally. This principle was discovered by a French mathematician physicist named as Blaise Pascal in 1653. Now let's continue to the fluid element consideration or the force. Now quickly see at the mathematical proof established by him, and now let us consider as shown in the figure a very small wedge shaped fluid element. Since the fluid is at rest, there is no shear stress, and only the force is acting on this tiny element. Only pressure acting on a tiny element are those to the pressure on its face and the force of gravity, which is its weight, like W, we will consider it. We will apply the condition of equilibrium, which means the sum of all the forces is equals to zero. Now let us consider the main faces are as px, py, and ps, where ps is the inclined pressure, like the wedge we have selected, so this is ps. So let's consider the force in y direction, and the set sum of forces at y direction is equals to 0. The pressure force on the left vertical face is py delta x delta z acting on to the right. The result force component of the inclined face is minus ps del z bracket del x sine theta acting to the left. So the equation is py del x del z minus ps del x bracket del s sine theta is equals to 0. For the geometry of a wedge, we knew that sine theta is equals to del z by del s. So del s sine theta is equals to del z. Substituting this, we will get py del x del z minus ps del x del s sine theta is equals to 0. Now by substituting, we get py del z del x minus ps del x del z is equals to 0. Now we will divide with del z and del x, so we get py is equals to ps. Let's consider the force in a z direction is equals to summation of fz is equals to 0. So the pressure force on the bottom horizontal face will be pz del x del y acting upward. The result force component from the inclined face is minus ps del x del s cos theta acting downward. The weight of a fluid element is minus w, which is equals to minus rho g del x del y del z upon 2 acting downwards. So the equation form is pz del x del y minus ps del x del s cos theta minus pg del x del y del z minus 2 is equals to 0. For geometry, we know that the cos theta is equals to py by ps. So let's consider the Ps cos theta is equals to Py. Now by substituting this into the equation, we get Pz del x del y minus Ps del x del y minus rho g del x del y del z by 2 is equals to 0. Now divide this by del x del y. Now we will get Pz is equals to Ps plus rho g del z by 2. To complete the proof, we considered what happened if the fluid element shrink to become a point. In this limit, del x, del y and del z all tends towards the 0. So as del z is 0, the term rho g del z by 2 will become 0. Therefore, the second equation simplifies to Pz and Ps. Since we already have Py and Ps, so our final conclusion will be Pz Pz is equals to Py is equals to Ps, and this what's proof that the pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal in all the directions. Now let's talk about what are the applications of Pascal's hydraulic system. Pascal's law has a crucial real world applications like hydraulic lift in a car repair shop, hydraulic brakes in vehicles, hydraulic press and hydraulic jacks, and hydraulic aircraft system for making brakes, flaps, and landing gear. Now, in the last slide, the law explain how the submarine experience uniform pressure from the surrounding water, which is initial for its structure, structural integrity, and safety at varying depths. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you will like this video. Thank you so much.